Yo, what is up, all my Giz homies? Welcome into another episode of GizTube. It's your host, Dirt Nadia, and we are going through all of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards 2024 North American Tour. Tonight we are on their Cleveland, Ohio show that they played at Jacobs Pavilion on August 24th, 2024.
It looked like a really cool venue, honestly. I mean, you had like the water right behind, and like I saw some buildings, like kind of like a skyline, and then the view that Giz had looking out at the audience. It like just, I don't know, it was a cool outdoor amphitheater. It looked really cool.
Yeah, like a mini amphitheater, but it had a roof over the whole thing, and then once again right behind or right in front of a body of water like their previous show was. So that's pretty cool. Giz getting a lot of these outdoor shows going.
I mean, we know they like nature. Come on.
Yeah, hey, I like nature. I guess that's a fun fact that me and Giz have in common. Anyways, here's the set list from last night. I mean, first of all, Magma opener.
I can't even. I mean, we'll talk more, but oh my God.
Yeah, Magma opener. You got a set of Flight B741 songs. You also got a crazy 7 metal song in a row ending to the set. And then also you got the tour debut of the Horology Suite. This set list pretty much had it all, minus Nathan. We did not get any of the synth table, but overall a good set. And we are going to give you our thoughts in our show superlatives starting right now. Okay, so first off, we have the top songs of the night. Nadia, what were your top songs from this show?
Woo! All right, top songs is in top 3 songs because it's impossible to pick just one, and even top 3 is a little loose, as you'll find out very shortly. And these are in no particular order. It should be noted. My top 3 songs. All right, Magma as an opener. Like, oh my goodness.
Woof.
Like, I don't know if I've ever seen them open with Magma, and like it was just like, here we go. Like the second I heard that intro, I was just like, are they opening with Magma? Oh my, like buckle up.
We thought it was a joke when we heard those first notes. I'm like, no, they're really going into Magma to open.
Yeah. And woo, this was one of the best Magmas, not the best, but I think it was one of the best live Magmas. It slapped. And yes, part of that is because this is just the energy that they opened with, but it was a really, really good Magma. That's all I'm going to say.
Agreed.
My next up is the Inner Cell Trilogy. So once again, this is kind of how the top 3 songs gets a little tweaked a little bit.
Because she picked 3 songs.
3 songs, but they always go together. It's a trilogy, right? Once again, once you hear those first few chords of Inner Cell, you're just like, ooh, like you enter another world. It is the best. Joey, thank you so much for that. Just lovely, lovely piece. And lastly, Superbug. They rocked Superbug, and they even mention it. It's a song they don't play that often, but just that bass line, like you just, you gotta immediately, even the camera guys on stage were like bumping to the bass line. It's a great one. Those are my top 3. Dirt, what you got?
For my top 3 songs, for coming out for number 1, I had kind of a surprise, but Antarctica. I thought, one, the selection of B741 songs they played at the show were all stellar. And I thought Antarctica was just really great.
They rocked it.
They did. And like Cookie, just taking the lead, he does a great job. So Antarctica was one of my top songs. Another one of my top songs, I had Superbug in there as well. It was already one of my favorite songs. Probably my favorite song off of Infest the Rat's Nest. And they hadn't played the song in 59 shows before this one. And it just, I don't know why they don't play it more. It is clearly underrated in terms of when they approach their set list.
I don't either. It's it's an easy song to get moving to, and I feel like it's a good crowd interaction one too, because everyone can yell Superbug.
Yes, the energy and just the head banging meter it has is all the way up. It is a great one.
Gentle head banging, because it's not
gentle head banging.
Fast.
It's that slow droney metal. I love it. Okay, Superbug for sure. And then Dragon, which was an added in song to the set list because I guess they had a little extra time. I originally had the Horology Suite on there, but then once they played Dragon, it's got to be in the top 3. I mean, Dragon Live is insane.
Yeah, I had to force myself to not pick it because every time Dragon's in the set list, it's going to be one of the best songs.
Yeah, and it was again. So those are our top 3 songs. If you were at the show, what were your favorite songs? Moving on. We have the pee song of the night. What
Yes.
song would you go pee in?
And you know what, Dirt? I'm not gonna lie. I just looked over at your notes, just a quick glance, and I noticed we had the same pee song. We don't always go over our notes before we film, so it's kind of a surprise what the other person says.
Yeah.
We had the same pee song. You want to say it on 3?
Yep, let's go.
1, 2, 3. Predator X.
Why'd you pick that pee song?
You know, I don't know, because you got to pick a pee song, and Predator X is a fine song. I don't dislike it, but it's, I don't know, out of every song on the set list, in my opinion, it's not one of my can't miss songs. So, you know, I'll go release some fluids while that's going on.
Okay, wow. I like how you put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deep cut in terms of all their other metal songs. It's not on Infest the Rat's Nest or PDA. It's kind of stuck in the middle of Omnium Gatherum. So, yeah, just a random one. Yeah. I would also go pee.
Yeah.
We should go pee together. Pee buddies.
Okay. Next time.
Okay. All right, next up we have the best moment from the show. We already went over our top songs. Now we're talking best moment, which could be a song. Who knows?
Could be. It's just a moment.
What is it this time for you, Nadia?
What's in a moment? My best moment from the Cleveland show, I thought it was super cool when, I mean, this is kind of 2 different moments, but they were similar, same thing. Stu gets a bootleg tee from the crowd, decides to put it on and play Superbug, actually, is what he plays in the bootleg tee. And then a little bit later in the show, before self-immolate, Joey gets a sticker sent up to him, a bootleg sticker, and it's him playing guitar. And I did think it was cool. He was trying to like undo it and put it on his guitar. But as we all know, stickers are so hard to get off of their adhesive back. So he kind of scrapped that idea and just put it in his pocket. But I just think that is so cool that like they will take fan-made bootleg merch and like wear it or stick it on their guitar or something. Like, as the person who made that, that's got to be so cool. Like, such a cool moment.
Yeah.
So that was my best moment, was basically just them interacting and accepting the bootleg merch.
I mean, I love the bootleg culture that King Giz promotes amongst their fans, and like, you're wearing a bootleg shirt.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing an official King Giz merch shirt, but we have several bootleg stickers and shirts, and I love how they just embrace that about the culture of their fans, and it makes it that much better. So that was a cool moment. My favorite moment came in Ice 5, which I thought was a stellar Ice 5, but I loved in a part where they're jamming, Stu starts leading them all through key changes, and I don't think I had seen that out of an Ice 5 before, and it just really gave me an insight onto like their chemistry and probably how they just kind of improvise and jam at the studio a lot.
Yeah.
So it was really cool seeing that, and I loved how they just kept on going and like changing keys, and then you got Joey's whole scat like Jimi Hendrix solo right after that. So yeah, those were kind of intertwined into my best moments of the night with Ice 5.
I love when they give us those little insights and peeks into, just like what they do when they're just messing around having fun in the studio or at someone's house or whatever. Yeah, they just like improv and roll with it, and they're so good at it.
And they're just like trying new things. Even up on stage, Joey's like, hey Stu, while they're in the middle of the song, he's like, should I go try to do that Jimi Hendrix solo? And he's like, yeah, go for it, man. Like, while in the midst of the song. It is so cool. Love you, King Giz. Okay, next up, we have the best banter from the show. Nadia, what do you think was the best banter?
My best banter tonight, it was a unique kind of banter. It was a musical banter.
Oh.
Right before, or not before, I guess while Cavs is doing his drum solo in Self-Immolate, Joey and Stu both kind of start trying to like play guitar with his drum solo, but Cav starts messing with him, and he'll start like doing drums and then just stop. And then he'll start back up and then stop at just varying lengths, and Stu and Joey are trying to like keep up and stop at the same time as him. So, banter, not with words, with the instruments. It was fun. It was funny. It made me laugh.
I love that one. My favorite banter came at the very end of the show, and this has kind of been a theme through some of these cities they've played in so far, but they recount when they used to come play shows at that city and literally no one showed up. And they talked about when they played in Cleveland for the first time, and I think only one person was there, and it was Eddie. And at the very end, they start talking about Eddie, and then Ambi, as he's walking off, just goes, "Love you, Eddie."
Thank you. Love you, bye. Eddie, if you're here, love you. See ya. Good night.
Nice.
Okay, next up for our show superlatives, we have the best dressed member.
Best dressed member.
Best dressed member. Who dressed to impress tonight, Nadia?
Well, dressed to impress tonight, I mean, it's got to be Cavs, right? I mean, you can't miss this opportunity. Cavs is obviously his nickname. His name is Michael Cavanaugh, but everyone knows him as Cavs. And if you know sports, you know that Cleveland's NBA basketball team are the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their nickname is also Cavs. So Cavs is wearing a Cavs top. I don't know. It wasn't really a
It was like
shirt,
a tank top.
and it wasn't a jersey. It was like a top.
Maybe he cut the sleeves off of it. I don't know.
And it just says Cavs really big across the front. So obviously his name and also the name of the local NBA team. So, I mean, you got to hand it to him. Best dressed Cavs.
That was my best dress as well. I had my runner-up though. That shirt, that Cookie is rocking. Like, where did you get that, bro? Some vintage store around?
Cookie, I need you to go shopping for us because whatever your eye is, I'm here for it.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of Cookie, we got our favorite segment. What is Cookie drinking?
So irrelevant.
So, Cookie was having a beverage up there in Cleveland, Ohio. What was he drinking?
Cookie was enjoying a can of Pacifico. We need to start tracking like which one he drinks the most of, but I feel like Pacifico might be in the lead for right now. Just a crisp, nice Mexican lager.
I was thinking the same. We're gonna have a total tally at the end of the tour to see what was Cookie's favorite drink of the tour. I do think Pacifico is winning right now. Okay, we have a special segment just for this show because as we were watching on the stream, you can see their monitors, and Joey had some strange things on his monitor. So this segment is called "What the F is on Joey's monitor?"
And we still don't really know.
We don't. Here's a close-up image of it.
Looks like an 1800s photo of a person.
Yep,
I don't know.
he's got a mustache. Was he president? I don't know. Was he a criminal from Red Dead Redemption 2?
Who knows? Who knows? But it made me laugh because this was literally on Joey's lyric screen for like probably 75% of the show.
Yeah.
And then eventually I did see some lyrics on there, but it made me laugh. It was so random and I couldn't miss it. Like, you can't miss it up there.
So maybe we'll bring this segment back, but what the f is on Joey's monitor? Okay, last up, we have our MVP of the night. Who was the most valuable player of their instrument? That's what that stands for, MVP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well then, good. I picked a good one. I picked my MVP for the night as Ambi. Here is why. Ambi was all over the place in terms of instrument. I saw him play the sax. I saw him do percussion. I saw him do the keyboard. Saw him do vocals. Like, I mean, we know he's a jack of all trades, but I feel like he really showcased all of those skills in this Cleveland show. Like, I think that's might be the most sax I've ever seen him play. He played sax a lot.
I mean, he opened with that sax and Magma, kept it going through the muddy water, bitter buggy mashup.
Ice 5.
Ice 5, yeah. I also had Ambi as my MVP for the exact same reasons. I promise we don't go over these notes beforehand, but yeah, I had the plethora of sax and the different instruments, and then also his verse in Gila Monster, which is the closing song, might have been the best time I have ever heard him sing that or rap that verse before. It was insane.
Lit.
And the energy behind it that he just infused into the song and the crowd was just you know what, I can't describe it. So yeah, my MVP was also Ambi. That leads us to our overall show ranking. According to KGLW.net, the fans voted this one as a 4.32 overall.
Okay.
But Nadia, what would your ranking for this show in Cleveland be?
My ranking for the Cleveland show, I've got 31 superbugs in my blood.
In my blood.
I mean, it's a pretty great ranking. When you open with Magma, I can't, like, opening with Magma, I gotta give it 31 Superbugs in My Blood. Like, that just
Dang.
makes sense. It's
Like,
the only way I know to describe it.
That's a crazy ranking.
I know.
For my ranking, and I love the set. I loved all the PDA songs in the metal, but I really like their string of B741 songs. So I gave this show an A741. Oh, see what I did there?
I never thought we would see that
Giz.
ranking.
Yeah.
A741.
I hate that Giz gave that album a B741 because it's
Wow.
definitely worthy of an A741 in my opinion, and that's what I gave this show in Cleveland.
Wow, Dirt. Wow.
Anyways, thank you for watching. This is GizTube, Dirt and Nadia. We're going through the whole tour. If you were at this show in Cleveland, what were your thoughts on the show? What were your show superlatives? What were your favorite songs? What song did you release some bodily fluids to? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. It is GizTube. Out.
Peace out.